What activities has FIM Europe been able to carry out despite the actual economic crisis?
Yes, we had a lot of new ideas, we had a lot of new projects, and it's not so easy at this time with the financial crisis to find new promoters and so on, but we're working very hard on it, and we could create in the last time a lot of new classes in our sport, and we had good connections to our promoters. And we will see what's going on. We have trainings camp organized for young riders. We have also seminars and symposia organized to bring all our people on a higher level. And especially FIM Europe is working on it to make it acceptable for the federations and also for the people for money problems. We have it, this is a clear situation and we have to deal with this, and I think we are on a good way.
How do you imagine the role of FIM Europe in the next future?
Yes, we will be a reliable partner of our riders, of our federation and also of our promoters to save our future. It's not so easy at the moment to save the future of motorcycling, but we will work very hard on it, and I think when we all stay together and do a good job, then the future is safe in my opinion.
What are your positive experiences during the last 4 years?
Well, after a few months with the start of this management council, we knew exactly our positions. Before that time we didn't know it, but after that time and from that moment on we worked together in a very good atmosphere. Also with the staff, it's important to work with the staff which is working hard and efficient to achieve our goals, of course, that's important. And important was to develop in those years many new items, many good things. The development of the website, for example, is very good, and also the applications of the website. And new developments to make all processes more efficient.
And what are your expectations for the FIM Europe in the upcoming period?
In my opinion, to go on in this way. It was positive, it was good. And of course with the same cooperation with the staff, that's important, and also with the commission members. The commission members, they have to work in the field, they are responsible for the developments and for all things in the field, in non-sporting items and also in all kinds of motorsport disciplines. And also important is the cooperation with the federations. We have 47 member federations and we have to cooperate with them. We must use the knowledge of the federations and the knowledge of all people who are involved in motorsport and motorcycling. And in this way we know that the motorcycling world is changing now and then. And we must also change. We must follow them and we must guide them.
How were FIM Europe finances in the last 4 years?
You know, we started in 2010 when we were in the middle of a crisis in Europe. It wasn't that easy. You know, it was the lack of sponsorship, a lack of partners and money in our sport. But honestly speaking, during these 4 years, it wasn't that bad, because now I can say surely that all the 4 years, the result of the budget was positive, so it was really nice. And we managed to find new sponsors, new partners, maybe not that big as we all wish, but of course it's very important. And I think thanks to the very good financial discipline of all management council and especially of employees in our executive secretariat in Rome, we did very well, and we can say it was a successful 4 years.
And what would you advise to the next elected treasurer?
You know, we still have to think about the discipline, because still the years are not that easy as let's say 10 years ago, and we all have to think about the future. We all have to think about new partnership, new sponsors, and of course getting some new money to the budget of FIM Europe, when we can do new activities and try to spread our things around. So this is important.
What was your impression of the last activities organized by the FIM Europe Academy?
I was extremely pleased. We went to Maggiore in the north of Italy, where we were sponsored by Ustream, who organised a man who is trained in yoga to talk to us. And I have to admit, when I first arrived there, I thought, yoga, what do I know about yoga? Absolutely nothing. And I wasn't terribly impressed to start with. But within 1 hour of listening to the gentleman that was teaching us, it was phenomenal. And I found that I thoroughly enjoyed the weekend. It was an excellent exercise, and I believe that many other of our vice presidents should go to learn something about yoga. We learned about the mind and about the brain, and it was really fascinating.
How do you see the FIM Europe Academy progressing in the years to come?
Right, last weekend I was invited to go to Albaida in Spain, which is a motorcycle track. Not a motorcycle track, a motocross track. And it was sponsored by Honda, where we had young children between the ages of 10 and 14 to learn to ride motocross. They went through lots of tests and then did some riding. There weren't races, but they were riding. And then, of course, come back to Rome and went home.
What part of the management council of the FIM Europe did you mostly carry out?
I am coordinator of the Northeast European zone of motocross. And you know, it's for zone especially is prepared because we have very young, really young riders, but number of riders it's so big that it's impossible to create only one, three or more events of the European Championship. And it's one, but second one, it's way so far from Ural to Portugal, you know. So it's on.
In your opinion, what area needs improvement so to develop on in the future?
I think for the FIM Europe, first is harmonization of the own rules with national championship rules, because one step over the national championship, maybe it's association championship, and prepare very good rider to European level. So it's one. Second one, I think it's teaching not riders only, but coaches, officials, and staff of federation. For what? Because we need that will be one level and high level for all 47 federation. Then that we must expand our roles in Europe and in the FIM.
In terms of sporting regulations, what are the changes you would like to see in FIM Europe?
The sport regulations are constantly changing, but the role of the FIM is harmonized where possible. The rules of different championships with those of the FIM, but also those with the national federations.
From these changes, do you think these are possible?
It's necessary. We cannot continue in the same discipline to have different rules between the FIM Europe and national federation. It doesn't exist in any other sport.
What have been the main initiatives of the FIM Europe in favor of the vintage?
We have a good solution for the vintage with the regularity season and regularity race, also with the road racing, speedway, trial and enduro of vintage, and also the activity of the senior activity of vintage of the tourism is one of the best meeting that we have organized in Italy and in Slovakia, also for the promote the vintage activity.
How do you see the future of the developing federations and the role played by the regional associations that support them?
Yes, the association, regional association, same Alpe Adria, Balcani, Baltici and Central Europe is too important for the development of the sport in this special local, because otherwise there are not the possibility of each nationality to organize a race or to organize the championship with a lot of riders. In this case, the association are a good point of two communication and organization together these different countries, a lot of championship and activity.
You have been on the board only 1 year. How do you see the position of the FIM Europe looking at it from Finland?
My opinion is that FIM Europe is very important example for our Scandinavian countries, and even we don't organize so many meetings in Scandinavia, still we have that position that we have possibility to have the little smaller meetings and World Championship rounds, and that's very important for us.
Okay.
Is the time to give the possibility to younger people with new ideas and with more enthusiasm.